Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, whoa. Alright. Let's restart that because that was bad.
Alright, let's just do it right
Yeah, let's just do it right now. That's too much work.
Running through this? Alright. Okay, no, I'm done. Alright. Okay, let's go.
Now, go ahead.
Right, so
Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Carnicom to the Savage Room, please. Again, Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Carnicom to the Savage Room.
Boy.
Should we do
Yes.
Hello, welcome to Roundtable News in Cairo, Egypt, in the comments. Today with us we have Mr. Evan Zervis, a renowned historian on the creation myth of ancient Egypt. Hello. Now, Mr. Zervis, please enlighten us a little bit about this creation myth.
Sure. In the beginning, there was only water, a chaos of churning, bubbling water that the Egyptians called Nu or None. It was out of Nu that everything began. As with the Nile, each year this chaos caused the creation of all the creatures living on the land. Eventually, the floods would calm, and out of the chaos of the water would emerge a hill of dry land. And following, there'd be more hills to follow. On the first dry hilltop, on the first day came the first sunrise. So that is how the Egyptians explained the beginning of all things.
Alright, that was some interesting stuff. Seems like water is a very important aspect of ancient Egyptian life. You know, they have the Nile River right there. So, is there any more you could delve into about the creation myth?
Actually, there is.
Oh, great.
There is.
Can't wait to hear it.
Yep. Actually, in one other Egyptian creation myth, the sun god Ra takes the form of Khepri, the scarab god, who was usually credited as the original creator of the universe. Khepri tells us in a famous quote of his that the things of earth did not yet exist. I raised them out of Nu. I have made things out of things already made, and they came from my mouth. It seems that Khepri is telling us that in the beginning there was nothing. He made the watery abyss known as Nu, from which he later drew the materials needed for the creation of everything.
Wow. Fascinating stuff. Alright, that's all we have for this segment of Roundtable News. We'll be right back after these commercials.
Have you ever wondered what are the most popular animals in ancient Egypt? I'm sure you have, so I have the answers for you. The three most holy animals in Egypt were the bull, the crocodile, and the cat. And you're in luck, because we have a special offer just for you. For one easy payment of $19.95, you can get our special Holy Animal Package. In the package is included a lovely mug of a cat. You also get a pair of crocodile skin shoes. And last but certainly not least, you get a bull's eye. So order now! No animals were harmed in the creation of this advertisement.
We're back from that commercial break with Square Table News. And here with us we have Dr. Omar Khan. Dr. Khan, can you please explain to us a little bit about the ancient Egyptian gods?
Of course. Well, I mean, I was supposed to research about the main roles or the duties of the pharaohs. Four important things I had were the head of the state, head of the nation, they were head of the army, and supreme religious leaders. So as the head of the army, he had the power to ensure order in the land and protect the people from foreign invaders. Next thing, having successful military strategies and campaigns would increase the lands and therefore wealth of Egypt. Another role of the pharaohs is that as the head of state and government of Egypt, he was responsible for increasing the wealth of the country by imposing taxes on the people and regulating trade, which is pretty cool. He was also responsible for initiating trading expeditions in different countries and making alliances with different countries against common enemies. So, also, pharaohs were absolute monarchs. Their words were law, and those that broke the laws would suffer some severe consequences. Some formal religious rituals occurred around the pharaohs who believed to be descended from the gods and held the divine power kingship that was incarnated in them. So I got one last role, the pharaoh. The pharaohs adopted the divine status, claiming ascension from the gods, which made them suitable to undertake the role of missionary or mediator with the gods.
So Dr. Khan is not an expert in the gods. He's an expert in the pharaohs. That's my
Right.
mistake. It's been a long day here at Square Table News. But Dr. Khan, just one question for you. Do you have a favorite pharaoh?
Favorite pharaoh? No, I don't.
Wow. He is a man of many pharaohs.
All of them.
We'll be back after this break. Welcome back to Roundtable News, now at a Square Table. Here with us this segment, we have Mr. Ivan Dye. Now, Mr. Dye, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do?
I am an archaeologist for ancient Egyptian, and I know a lot of stuff. So ask me some questions.
All right. Don't worry, I have some questions for you. Now, temples seem to be very abundant around Egypt. How do you keep them so, so together, like grouped together?
Part of it's crowd control.
Okay.
We have people called the Shemsu. They're the ordinary people, the commoners.
Okay.
We don't let them in.
Yeah, okay.
To the nice parts.
All right.
They can come in the outer courtyard, but anything beyond that, they can't see the Niles. They can't see the temple shrine.
Okay.
Not allowed. We keep the grubby people out. That's how we keep the temples clean.
Okay. Now, obviously the ancient Egyptians are very spirited people. Now, did they have any important religious textbooks, like Christians have the Bible, things like that?
We don't believe in any silly things like the Bible. We have magic. Heka, the Egyptian word for magic. Big deal. Also, we like to reference the Book of the Dead. Very important text. We use it for mummification and rituals such as that.
Oh, mummification. That's some pretty interesting stuff right there. Are these the only special things that you do? Or, are there other special things like festivals, rituals, things like that nature?
Yeah, we have a lot of festivals in Egypt, and actually, if I could call a volunteer from the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's me.
Mr. Omar Khan. Come on down. Hello.
So for festivals, the temple god is paraded around the city. So I'll be a temple god, and you'll be the god. So, alright, carry me around. Let's go.
There he is.
Woo!
Wow.
Oh god, I'm scared. And back to the temple. Back to the temple.
There it is. There it is.
Can't get too much daylight. Interesting fact, the temples are kept in complete darkness. So can't get too much daylight for the temple gods. Thank you.
Wow. Interesting stuff there. Yeah. Now, could you please go back and sit down in your seat, sir?
Thank you, sir.
Anyway, so, is there any important rituals that you can talk about?
Important rituals, there are a lot. Most of the rituals are done by priests. And a specific one that they do is the opening of the mouth. It's the last thing they do before they put the body in the coffin. So they open the mouth so the soul can get ready for that.
Interesting stuff. All right, well, thank you, Mr. Ivan Dye, archaeologist here in Cairo, Egypt, at Square Table News. We'll be back after this.
Hi, welcome back to Square Table News. I'm Dalton, making a replacement anchor alongside Pablo, and he will tell us about the ancient Egyptian burial rituals.
Yes, my name is Pablo, okay? It's not Pablo, Pablo with a V. But here in Egypt, we have the ancient burial mummification rituals. We believe in the god Osiris, and he, body of the deceased has to be preserved for him. And so this involves mummification. And what you do is, there's a 40-day process, and what we do is we'll take out all your internal organs, we'll stick a needle through your brain and liquefy your brain, and then we'll take out all your other organs, but we'll leave your heart because we need to leave your heart for the judgment with the feather of Ma'at, and that's a very important part of the process here. And that'll take about 40 days if you want that. And then the second part of the process is where we turn you into a semi-divine being. And this is when we mummify you, we'll put you in gold, we'll make you gold, because we believe that everyone is gold in the afterlife. And we want you to go with the many things you'll need in the afterlife, like food and clothes and animals and things of that nature. So we'll put that in your tomb, and almost anyone can afford this two-part process of 70 days. You might not be in a big pyramid, but hey, at least you'll still be in the afterlife, and that's pretty cool and stuff. So, yeah, that's it. Come to Pavlos, we'll fix you up with an Egyptian burial.
Alright, thank you for that enlightening. We're going to take a short break and we'll come back to you in a second.
Hey, this is my seat!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, Dr. Solnicki, how nice to see you here! We're back here at Square Table, and here we have Dr. Solnicki, who I might have just left hanging a little bit, and he's here to talk about the ancient Egyptian gods with us. Dr. Stolnicki, if you would give us the honor.
Alright, well, we have 114 gods total in the ancient Egyptian culture. Now, I know that may seem a bit overwhelming, but it's really not, because each god stands for one principle of the earth, such as there's a god for the sun, a god for the moon, a god for the sky. However, not all gods were good. Some were bad, some caused the humans disorder and chaos, but let me tell you guys a little story real quick. This story is known as the story of Osiris and Isis. Osiris was a god, son of Nut, brother to Seth and sister to Isis. When Osiris grew up, he married Isis, his sister, which at the time was perfectly normal, just to let you guys know. Osiris became the sole ruler of Egypt and ruled after Ra. Osiris, along with his wife Isis, founded both wheat and barley and taught the Egyptians how to plant and grow them. Osiris also taught them the laws to lead happy lives with one another, along with how to make bread. Osiris' brother Seth envied Osiris, okay? For all of his fame and success, of course. Seth conspired with 72 of his comrades to overthrow Osiris and his throne. They created a chest with the exact measurements of Osiris' body, so only Osiris would fit in it. Seth proclaimed whoever fit in this beautiful chest would get to keep it. Osiris was thrilled by this thought and decided to try on the chest himself. He went into it, proclaiming it fit. However, Seth and his squad nailed it shut and poured hot lead into the cracks. Osiris perished and was sent into the afterlife. Then Seth hid the chest far away. Osiris, upon hearing the news, searched far and wide for Osiris in the chest. For Osiris could not pass safely into the afterlife without the proper burial rituals and charms. Eventually, Isis found the chest and rejoiced. However, Seth discovered this and snatched the chest from her and split Osiris into yet 14 parts. Isis searched across the lands for all 14 parts, but could only manage to find 13. Osiris' body can never pass through to the afterlife, but he waits patiently for his own return.
Wow.
It's a tragic story.
It really is. Sounds like there's a lot going on as well.
Yes.
Now.
But Osiris...
Oh, there's more.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Osiris and Isis, they weren't the only important gods. Like, there's a lot of other ones. Like, we have Ra, the god of the sun. He has the head of a hawk, but the body of a human. He was the most powerful out of the gods. He is also known as the king of the gods. Amun-Ra, which is a combination of both Ra, as I just said, and a deity named Amun. They combined together to create Amun-Ra. He's the most powerful of all the gods. The next god I have is Bastet, who is part cat and part human. She used to be a lion deity who evolved into the goddess of pleasure. Geb, he is known as the earth god, who is in charge of fertility, and is known that earthquakes are his laughter. Nut is the god of the sky, who gave birth to the god King Ra. Sobek is the guardian of the Nile, who is part crocodile and part human, still perfectly normal. He protects those who travel across the Nile. Anubis, seen as part man and part jackal, is the protector of the dead and guides the dead to the Hall of Judgment. And the last god I got is Khepri. He's the scarab god, depicted as the creator god, and took part in the creation story.
Wow. It's a lot of information there for you folks at home. Now, Dr. Stolnicki, if you could be one god, what god would you be?
Probably Geb, because laughter is earthquakes.
Laughter is earthquakes. There you go, folks. Well, Dr. Stolnicki, thank you. That's all we have for this edition of Square Table, folks. We'd like to give a special thanks to all our viewers at home and to our cameraman, Michael.